Till yesterday, we have done up to arithmetic operators. We discussed, going back, we discussed Python numbers. We discussed what are tokens in Python. Okay, there are 5 types and all. So yesterday till numbers we did. First one, the Python numbers we did. Now, keywords we saw, identifiers and variables I discussed to you. Okay, yesterday variables we did now. After that, literals, operators, and punctuators. So operators are of various kinds. Yesterday I said you that what are operators. Now coming to the punctuators, when we talk about operators also I saw these number of operators are there, and what are literals also I said you. Now coming to the next, okay, let me date it first. Today it's about assignment operators, assignment, logicals, and comparison operators, or I'll say it as relational operators. Okay, and apart from this, what more is there is variables. In Python we discussed length and input function. Okay, okay, with this I'll also talk about some punctuators. What are this? Stay tuned. So see, yesterday I said that anything under the quotes are called as strings in Python. Okay, now they can be in single quotes or double quotes or triple double quotes or single triple quotes. Okay, see, single quotes, double quotes, double triple quotes, or single triple quotes. Okay, so anything in Python you will see inside this, or maybe this, or maybe this, will be called as strings. Okay, very simple. So let's say if I'm writing something, hello Python, this means it is a string. This is a character. This is not a number. This is not any keyword. This is not any variable. This is a string. Okay, if I run this, hello Python will be just shown as I have written. It is a string. If I use print function to print it, you will see hello Python. Then you will not see that string quotes and all, because it is just simple. You are printing it. It is not like you are giving command to the machine to print this value for now. Okay, right? So let's quickly understand about like how these things work. So there is no difference between single and double quotes. So if I am writing something, I will talk about this multi-line strings and single line strings like in coming time. For now, before that we'll discuss about punctuators. So punctuators, as I said, are the symbols, right? Symbols that are used in a programming language. Very simple, right? All the symbols which are used in a programming language is called punctuators. So how many punctuators are there? So see, these punctuators are again not any keywords. These are not again any numbers. These are not any variables. So again, punctuators are something like maybe brackets, maybe semicolon, maybe colon, maybe a inverted comma, a lot, any kind of things. No, the symbols basically. So we will import something called string. I'll tell you that why import and all these comes. This is something which will be there in modules classes, not now. Okay, just simply understand that we have to bring this module of string. Okay, and from the string I will bring the punctuation class. Okay, so it will say punctuation. So I want to print all the punctuations. Okay, so these are all the punctuations, these are all the symbols which are used in a programming language. It can be equals to, it can be a greater than, it can be a lesser than, it can be at the rate, question mark, hashtags, exclamatory marks. All these are symbols, all these are used for some notations. Okay, so this is simply, you don't go with this code for now. Okay, just your work for now is just to understand that okay, these are the number of punctuators. Don't understand this for now because it might be a confusion one. We will understand it in the module classes, not now. Just try to see that okay, these are the number of punctuators. Okay, so we can also do one thing. How many punctuators then? If there are, then how many punctuators? So what we are going to do is this string dot punctuators, I'll say number of punctuators. So we'll see a function called len, as I said, no. So len function will be there. Okay, len will help to know the length of a character, item, or I should say the data. It will let you know the character length, the item length, or the data length. This is a working of a len function. Okay, it is written something like this. So let's say I want to find the length of string dot punctuation. So 32 punctuators are there. Okay, so now you remember 35 keywords, 32 punctuations, whatever you understand it is. Okay, now great. Going next. Okay, fine. So now we'll see about assignment operators. Okay, before assignment we'll see logicals or relationals. Maybe relational we'll see first. Okay, so relational operators. Relational operators. Now relational operators are also called as comparison operators because here you are going to compare something. Okay, you are going to compare some values, some data, whatever it is. Okay, so let's say I have a variable x and I have stored 4 in it, and I have a variable y and I have stored 5 in it. Simple. I want to compare x and y. What are the different ways I can compare? I can compare x is greater than y, x is less than y, x is equals to y or not, x is not equals to y. See, let me now explain you. Very simple. Here you are just checking whether x is greater than y or not. These all we have done in the very junior classes, right? Now let's understand about this. There is a very slight difference but very important one. You can see x equals to 4 I have written. That means I am assigning the value of 4 to x. I am saying that in x there is 4. Okay, if you print x you will get 4, you will not get 5 or any other number. No, you will only get 4 because 4 is there in x. Just understand it this like this is a person came to the home of x. So where this person is staying? In x. Okay, right? So x is equals to 4, y equals to 5. But when you apply double equals to, when you just write double equals to, this means that you are checking one term with the second term. How? So if you have written x equals to y, that means you are checking whether x is equals to y or not. In that case you are checking x is equals to y or not. Okay, just a minute. One minute, guys. Okay. And now when you see x is equals to y, it means 4 is equals to 5 or not. So it is not obviously equal, 4 is not equals to 5. So this particular comparison is going to be a wrong comparison. So it will say that x is equals to y is equals to false. X is not equals to y. Okay. And when you see x not equals to y, it is going to say you true, because x is not equals to y, right? And you can just see x is 4, y equals to 5, so x is not equals to 5, right? That's it, the simple this is saying yes. Okay, after this we have x greater than equals to y, and we have x less than equals to y. Okay, that I explained that why we have put two equal signs. Two equal signs are used for comparisons. I'll write it here. These are used for comparing the data elements. Okay, and single is used to assign a value to whatever variable you want. Okay, now what will happen? Greater than equal to will check for two conditions. What are those two conditions? Greater than and equals to, both condition. Let me first run this, then I'll explain you. So when I run this, what is the value I am getting? X is greater than 5, false. 4 is greater than 5, false. 4 is less than 5, true. 4 equals to 5, no. 4 is not equals to 5, true. 4 is greater than equals to 5, false. 4 is less than equals to 5, true. Now till here I think it's very simple to understand. Rest of them has to be cleared. Okay, before that we'll talk about something called and, or, and not. Okay, and, or, and not has to be taught first. So just simply understand that in real life scenarios or even in programming cases, we may have some different conditions, based on situations. We may have various conditions actually. So how to react on those statements, how machines react on those statements when they get a correct statement or any false result and a positive result. So how to react on that, how machines react, we'll understand this. Okay, a very simple scenario. Let's understand, if you are dealing with and, okay, and deals with true and false. Basically these all logical operators. These are logical operators. Let me write logical operators. Okay, these are of three types: and, or, and not. Okay, so first let's understand not. Let's say that when you toss a coin, you have a probability that you will get two results, maybe head, or you may get a tail, right? Nothing else is going to come, either a head or a tail, when you toss one single coin, right? So when there is a condition, there is only two probabilities, right? Either it can be a correct condition or it can be a wrong condition. That's the thing, right? In real life also you can just say the same thing, right? When you are giving examination, either you don't know the answer or you don't know the answer. The only two things can be done, right? So in programming also you have those two things, and from very basics and junior classes we are studying this concept of binary digits. Okay, those binary digits are also, you can take it similar here as true and false. Okay, so we'll consider it like this. See, let's say my true is a keyword, right? My false is a keyword. So I'm going to write just true small, and so my true is equals to 1, my false is equals to 0. And obviously, right, if you just see these things, this true is actually 0 and false is actually true is 1 and false is actually 0. Okay, if you see these things, this true means 1 and false means 0, but still I'll write it in a variable format, so it will be easier for you to also understand some things. Okay, let's say I have a true condition and I have a false condition. In that case, what is going to be done? When I have a true condition and I have a false condition, when machines face these things, machine will say, when I have a true and I have a false, I will always give a false result. Always. 0 means false, right? So I will always give a false result. Okay, next other situation. Okay, now I have one false condition and the other one is a true condition. Now first time, let's say your condition was good, and the next time your condition becomes bad. Okay, fine, that's good. Next time your condition is bad, first condition, and the second condition is good. What's the value? Still machine says that no, I will give bad condition. If you are in one good condition, other bad condition, it means you are in bad condition. Okay, now comes, okay, one is bad condition and other is also bad condition. One statement is false and the other one is also false. Now what will happen? Still the machine says that no, 0 only. That means until and unless your all conditions are true, I am not going to give you a true statement. That means AND operator is going to give you a true result only and only if all the sides of the operator, you can say like all the statements where you are applying the AND operator, all those conditions and statements should be true. Only then you will get a true result. Now I'll apply it with this true and false. Let me copy this. False and false. True and true. And one can be written as false and true. Okay, for conditions, same, run this. So false and true and false will be false, false and false will be false, true and true will be true, and false and true will be false. Okay, so you understood that at all the times when you have a false condition and a true condition, if your condition is false, you will not get a true result when working with AND. Very simple. Next, coming to or is just a very slight change when we compare it with the and. How? In or, what will happen? In or, this true result or false. I'll just replace all these with or only direct, and it will be easy to understand there itself. Or 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 let me run this. What do you see now? The results are quite different. Here you got three false, one true. Here you have three true, one false. Why? See, in or, what happens? Only and only if your all conditions are wrong or false. When your all statements are false, you'll get a false result. Only and only then. Right? See, true and false. Even one is true, you'll get true result. Okay, or you can just say even one condition is also false, you'll get a true result. So false will only come when both the conditions are false, when applying in or. And true, obviously it will not work true, it will be false only. But in or, only when both the conditions are false, you'll get a false result. And that's how true and false works, and an or. Okay, what is the working of not now? Right, the working of not. Okay, we have a question why this happens. This is due to something called Boolean algebra. You'll learn something, this concepts in class 12 standard, maybe in college. When you learn statistics, you will be having these things of Boolean algebra and all. Okay, truth tables will be coming. In these truth tables, you will learn these, that when true interacted with false, with and, how it reacts. These all deal with like 1 and 0. All these are these codes: 1 and 0, 0 and 1, 1 and 1, 0 and 0. This means nothing. True and false, false and true, true and true, false and false. Values get again the same thing. See, like this. Okay, so let's understand not. Not is very simple and very easy operator. The easiest operator is not only. Okay, how it works? Okay, I have a true statement, true. I say not of true, that means false. Now I have a statement false, I have a false condition, and I say not of false, that means true. If you are not true, it means you are false. If you are not false, it means you are true. Very simple. Okay, so if I write statements like not true, what it means? First, not of true, it is false. Not of false, it is true. Then again, not of true is false. So this should give you final outcome as false. Okay, you can put as many things you want to there. So this is a logical operator. Now going back to that particular statement of x is greater than y and x greater than equals to y and y greater than equals to x. X greater than equals to y. Here what I say that you are going to check two conditions. The first is whether x is greater than equals to y, greater than y, or whether your x is equals to y. So actually this is being tested, nothing else. So it means even one of the condition is true, you will get a true result. Until and unless both the conditions are false, you will not get a false result. Understood? So I'll write all those conditions. First of all, x is greater than y is whatever it will be, let it be. Okay, so I have written this is the first condition, This is the second condition. So individual results of the condition I will print first. Then you are comparing x greater than equals to y, and how it is being compared I'm printing it here. Okay, let's run this. So false, 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 false. Very simple. X is greater than y is a false statement. X is equals to y is also a false statement. That means when you compare this, both values are false. False is going to come. So even you write this or this, because this is short form of this, long form of this. Okay, x greater than equals to y means x is greater than y or x is equals to y. Both conditions will be checked. Same I am going to apply for lesser than. Now it is true, false, true, true. That means x less than y is true. Nice. X equals to y is false. Okay. X less than equals to y is true. Why? Because x is less than y is a true statement and x equals to y is a false statement. So you have one true and one false, and you know in OR what happens? Only and only when you have both false statement you get false. Otherwise in every case one false, one true, one false, you'll get true in every result until and unless your both conditions are false, right? So this is how it works, less than equals to or greater than equals to. A very simple approach when we talk about this lesser than equals and simple. Okay. So these were the logical operators and relational operators, the length function. Coming to the next topic, assignment operators. Now as I said, assignment operators will be just used to assign some values to your data, assign some values to your variables. Okay, let's say I have x, I am assigning 34.6. I have done assignment. Now assignment operators are very much acting on arithmetic operators also. So they act a lot on arithmetic operator, but how? We'll understand. Okay, see, it's simple. If x is equals to 34.6, if I'm going to write x plus x, that means I'm going to add 34.6 to 34.6 only. So it gives 69.2, right? The same I am going to write if x equals to x plus 2. For here guys, see, I have not added the values to x. It is just printed. See, x plus x, the value is this. You are not storing this value in the x again. You have just added, and that's the result what you are getting. So when you write x is equals to x plus x, this time your x is going to store the value of this 34.6, 69.2. See, now your x value is 69.2 because you have stored, you assigned and you stored. So this is the assignment operator function. You assign and you store. Okay. So let's say if I am writing x equals x minus 2. I can just write a short form of this. How? I can just transform this to x minus equals to 2. This is just a short form. Instead of writing x equals to x minus 2, I can just write in x minus 2 and store it in x. X minus equals to 2. Very simple. And I'll do the same thing, x minus equals to 2, and I'll check my x. So you can see my x value has been subtracted from 69.2 to 67.2, and also it has been stored also. See, if I'm checking x, it has been stored also. So this is the difference between assigning and just simple printing. Okay, x plus x plus 1 means your original value of x hasn't changed. Now x has been changed. So if I write x plus equals to 1, it means, oh sorry, enter. It means 68.2, right? Now if I say x divide equals to 3, it means 22. That means simply in x you are dividing the x by 3 and you are storing the value whatever coming in x. That's okay. X multiplied by 0.3. In this case value is not stored, now equals to, yeah, now it will be stored. So x 6.82. Now x minus equals to 0.82, x 6 only, right? X divide equals to 2, x 3.0, right? X to the power equals to 4, x 81.0. So you can see, like, till now whatever we are doing, the arithmetic operators we have learned, no, and we are performing those operations, you can say, in collaborations with the equals to operator. Okay, and that is why it is called assigning the values and working with it. Now we have input function, we have the punctuators we discussed, and we discussed, right? That's all for today, but okay, let's go to the input. We have to understand input in various good ways. It's very important thing. Input in Python, very important. See, in Python 2, the input was sometimes taken as raw input. In Python 3, the only format is input, nothing else. No other format is working. Previously, one was raw input and one was input. Two were used. This was used to take general inputs, and these were used to take only string inputs. But now we only take with this, okay? And we are using Python 3, not the Python 2. Okay, so input function, there is a function named as input. Okay, what is function and all, we'll discuss later. Just simply understand that function is something which helps you to do a lot of works within just one single call. You just call that function, and behind it what is working you don't know, but something is going there, obviously. Okay, something big is going there, and it is just working. You don't know how it is working, but it is working something, right? So input, now input by default, I'll write this thing also. By default takes input in string parameter. Very good, right? So when you write marks, let's suppose I'm going to take input of marks. So marks equals to input, enter marks, and yesterday we also did, I'm going to calculate percentage. So I'll write marks, divide by total marks, let's say 500, I'll multiply it by 100, I'll get an error. I'll show you that will be a type error, but it's okay. When you run this, enter marks, what you have written inside the string will come here as a formatting, right? Enter marks in the input, this is the input box. Now you write whatever you want, you got 349 something, whatever. When you hit enter, you will get an error, that is type error, as I said. Why this type error came? Because it came in the 6th line. See, it will tell you the, as I said, Python, the next line you go, you will get the error if you have. So unsupported operand for string and an integer, that means the input what you are getting is of string category, and string category you can't do mathematical calculations. So one thing you can do is you can convert the string to integer if it is a number. Okay, so either you can write marks equals to integer of marks, or you can just write int here itself. You can put the complete input statement in the int function. Your data will be calculated as an int, but I will prefer to write in float because marks can be in point also. 34, 349 point something, whatever you have scored, right? Because if you don't write point, it may be a chance that you might get less percentage. Some point values are also of weightage. Okay, so in these kind of cases we prefer to take float function. So I'll write float, I'll convert that value to float. Okay, fine. Now you'd say, okay, 349.8 I got. So my percentage is 69.96, right? If you only take 349, because if I don't take that integer, I don't take the float, if I just take only the integer 349.8, if the user enters, if you are taking only 349, so your percentage will be 69.8. and what time it was coming? 349.8, 69.96. So you can see there is 69.96 minus 69.8. So there is a difference of 0.15%, right? And that is also a crucial one, because scoring 69.8 and 69.96, obviously round off to 70, but it's okay, things matters, right? So this is the input thing. So you are changing your types actually, and that is something called as typecasting also. Okay, typecasting might be there. Okay, it's let me introduce typecasting to you. Typecasting means changing one type to another and are of two types. So first is called implicit type change, automatic. Second is explicit change, manual change. Okay, let's see. So first let's see implicit change. Implicit change, 3 plus 4.5, one integer, one float, automatic converted to float. I want integer of this, explicit change. It is not a natural answer now, what I am going to bring, because it is a transformed answer. It will be 7. This is explicit change. Now you said it to be in integer. It was by default coming in 7.5. You transform the answer to another data type, or to another you can say Python number, right? So this is called explicit type change. So these are type change, guys. When the type change are happen automatically, we say it as implicit type change. When we change it, we say it as explicit type change. That's the difference between these. Type changing, typecasting we say has to be. Okay, so this is how you take input. So let's say I am taking input of name. Okay, and I'll write it like this. So I'll write input, enter name, and I'll print hello and plus the name. Okay, so let's say I am writing my name there, So it says like this. If I write something, whatever I write, I'll get it there. Okay. So in the beginning, you remember yesterday we wrote